I just wanted to thank everybody for coming today. I'm Madison. I'm Shifu Juru's office assistant in Atlanta. And today we're going to talk about how water impacts us physically, what we can learn from water, and how we can achieve that elusive flow state that we're all looking to achieve. And so I'm really excited to talk about that. And if you like today's webinar, you might also enjoy Leaps of Quantum Consciousness, which is a weekly podcast that will be launching in April. And I also wanted to quickly mention that we have a couple of exciting events coming up this summer. So our KSF tournament is coming up on June 11th, and registration for that tournament will be open really soon. And we also have a couple of different summer camps coming up in June and July. So anyways, I'm really excited to get this discussion started. So we'll let Shifu Juru speak for a little while, and then we'll open it up for questions and comments.
Okay, water. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to talk about. Water can flow. Water can smash. Water can be resilient. Water can be flexible. Water can be adaptable. Water can flow any way you want them to flow or want her to flow. Water is a softest thing probably on the planet. Very soft, but also hard. And water always maintain on any plane, maintain the lowest position, humble, never hard. Life, yes, life can be hard, but water is the softest thing, but hardest thing, most resilient thing. And also water can give up to any ideas. You want water to flow somewhere and you need the water and it's gonna flow. But most people in the Western culture like to be hard. I am dominant and I'm young, everything is aggressive, everything's bigger, larger, harder, the greatest, the biggest success, and biggest speed, and the fastest speed, and biggest car, biggest house, biggest something, This Western culture is like that. But Chinese traditional culture is about flow. It's about the soft. Soft can be not only resilient, soft is healthy. Think about it. You have a heart, right? Everybody has a heart over here, don't you? Agree. I think I have a heart. Do you want your heart to be soft or you want your heart to be hard? You have a brain, right? You want your brain to be hard, your hard brain, or you want a soft brain, flexible, adaptable, intelligent, in flow. You have lungs. You want my heart to be long, hard lungs, like an iron lung. Do you want to be get a real hard lung? No, you don't. You have arteries, right? You want my artery really hard. That hard, that fragileness, can be easily broken, right? Yeah. And the tree is the same thing. You want the trees to be brittle. You want the trees to be, soft, resilient, flexible. It's very, 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 very important. Kung Fu, for example. You want to do hard Kung Fu, you go on soft Kung Fu. Bruce Lee said it clearly. Be water, my friend. When you are in the pot, it becomes a pot. When you're in cup, it becomes a cup. When you're in the ocean, it becomes waves. Be water, my friend. So water is soft, but can smash the stones. Every day you drip on the stone and eventually the stone become a hole. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Water can be in any season. For example, winter time, water adapt to winter, become more ice cube type. But in summer, and begin to flow. It doesn't matter. Adapt to any weather and to any situation. So that's water. Water can be very symmetrical. When you begin to see water, and you see the water never ever try to be something what is not. Water give you a life. Water flow in your body. Water flow everywhere. Water never claim anything. I am giving you, the compassion. I'm giving you the grace. I'm giving you something. Claim I'm greatest. Of course, over here, and we do have great Catherine, but that great is soft great, I think. Is that right? Is soft great? Wonderful.
Yes.
Because in Chinese, culture, women represent water. Women represent water. So Denton is here. So Denton, I want to explain some of things about water in China. Male represent hard. Female represent soft. Females represent the flow, water, but not all the time. Sometimes it can be emotional, right? But mostly, women represent as soft as water, and that's in Chinese culture. And can give, because women always give, give love to children, and give a husband, all this benefit, and to cooking, to do cooking, to do compassion, and to do a lot of things. Very soft. But women and are the most powerful thing. And in China, we all say mother is we call Mother Earth. We don't call Father Earth. In China, we call Mother Earth. We call everything is embracing. It's a mother. It's the soft. It's the yin. So yin also represent intelligence. It doesn't mean male is not intelligent. Male sometimes can be hard, can be stubborn. And although, some women is stubborn mostly, and in Chinese culture, women normally represent the fabric of the universe. The fabric of the universe is soft. So everything is flow in nature. And we also yin represent that passive. That passive is not to attack something, rather defense. Not to attack something, but accept things. Not to attack something, but embrace life. Not to be rigid and hard to attack, rather to absorb. Taiji, we call Taiji is kind of sort of like a passive, sort of like a water. Taiji, we always say flow with the Taiji. That means whenever you do something, the Taiji is supposed to be absorbed. I remember about 20 years ago, I have a gentleman from Florida, Pensacola, came to Mobile, Alabama. I'm in Mobile right now, to do seminar with me. And then I teach, Taiji wrestling. And then I want to use him as an example. He said, no, Sifu, don't use me example. I'm too big for you. He's 6'9", 290 pounds. Huge. He said,
Mhm.
I'm too big for too big for it. Those days I'm I'm a really very, I can squat 320 pounds. I say it's not a problem. It's not a problem. So I carried him in my body, threw him on the ground. He was just shocked. He said, I couldn't believe this. Somebody threw me. I never been through in my life. This is the first time being through by somebody, because I just I tapped him and he jumped up. So when he jumped, he's like this, and then I immediately get him up, just like that. So that's called a 四两拨千斤. Why is it called 四两拨千斤? Because I use his effort. When he do that like this, and then use that moment, I carry him up. And so I carried him in a room and dumped him on the floor. Of course, I put some mass over there. So that's a good example. What I see is Tai Chi is like water. Use the smallest amount of energy to overcome the biggest hard object or human being, whatever. Everybody probably knows our beloved Scott. Is Scott over here? Scott is not here. Okay, Scott is our student. Scott is pretty big, from New Orleans. And you ask Scott, and it's not easy to. Scott is a fighter, It's not that easy to throw him. Scott is probably 3 times, maybe 4 times bigger than I am. so it's not a problem. It's not what you can do with your energy, with your power, with your muscles, but how can you do with the softest, most intelligent way to go with the flow of dynamics of a human body? That's what it is. So that's why Kung Fu, yes, just like Bruce Lee said, is soft, but it's hard at the same time. And so over here, we talk about the water. And then from another way, you talk about the water, it's about a flow. The flow with the business. For example, when you do any business, you want to be in flow. You say, well, I'm going to try hard. You're going to have problems. Yes. The hardest to try, sometimes the worst you fall. But sometimes when you flow with the business, you dive in, you feel, you sense with 100%, you just flow with it. Same thing as a study. Business study and science, everything. We call in flow state. In flow state. That's, it's a very, 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 very principle of Taoism. Taoism, everything is about the water. Taoism is everything is about a flow state. When you flow with the ideas, and then you will permeate into the essence of life, essence of business, essence of every walks of life, everything you do. Let's say you play piano, for example. If you flow with piano, and then you see the difference. You say, well, I'm going to play the hardest. You feel the difference. When you're acting, it's the same thing, When you doing Kung Fu, you say, I'm going to do, Some people do that. As you do, and you begin to damage your body, you begin to damage your mind, you begin to damage a lot of things in your body. But when you flow, and it's totally different. When I teach combat, for example, that was the day before yesterday, right? Medicine. Kong Lee was with us. We had a meeting with the Kong. I remember Kong, when he came, he trained with me at the beginning, and he's a good wrestler. He did a lot of things. And you know, he does everything hard. I said, well, sometimes you don't do. Yeah, you do need hard things like shins, like different things. Need to be able to be resilient. Need to be able to take. However, a lot of times it's not about the heart. It's not about how do you absorb. How do you use that person's energy to through that person? Just like what he does, you know, like the kick. And he does one kick, he uses the other leg. The person avoided this kick, boom, get hit with the other. Because when that person move from this direction and bump into that, and it's not you kick, it's that person use the body to kick your leg. For example, wrestling. Simple things, you know, when you catch the leg, you follow the leg, and then you flow with the leg, and that person easily to be you easily to put that person on the ground. You know, and just like what we did on the lock, and then we wrap around the leg, and then you circle with the leg, circle with the motion, and one motion you get the leg locked. So it's the same thing. Martial arts, business, studies, everything is the same thing. Inflow. Let me ask you this. Do you like people just play golf alone? You want the person to flow with the golf. You want the person really put a hard ball with the golf. You think who would do better? Play hard golf or play, you know, soft flow golf? In
Yes.
every aspect.
Flow.
Let me give you an example. I have a student, Marine, who came from Hawaii because she was. Some of you guys have heard of her story, and she was on the team of mathematics and Stanford, and also on the golf team. Eventually, he loves golf so much because she won so many, you know, medals in her college, in her high school, in her, you know, middle school, and she become a professional. She wanted to be a professional. So, but for 3, 4, 5 years, she stayed in the United States like a top 55, top 60. You cannot make money. You cannot survive with that kind of, you know, and level. So she came to me. She said, my father said, Shifu can help you. Say, I'm coming here. See if you can help me. I said, help you with what? With what? With my golf. I said, okay. I said, it depends on what I can do. I helped one golf player before, who is from, you know, who at that time was from Houston, Texas. He's a master golfer. He came to Mobile, Alabama. I helped him one time. And okay, you'd be the second person. He said, if you want me help your golf, this is my golf skill. In my life, I played one time golf, and I hit more dirt than the golf itself. That's my golf skill. The dirt is everywhere. The golf didn't go very far because I hit the wrong place. So, and then, so what do we work together? Okay, we did Zen Taigong, we did breath, we did a lot of things, you know, in Zen, in meditation. Okay, standing meditation, moving meditation. We did a little bit Tai Chi, not as much. We started in April. By November, she finished her season. She came to class. She said, and in front of the all class members, they say, Shifu, I improved it this year. And everybody said, hey, what do you do? How do you do? How do you do? She said, and I was from 55, and this year I become number 10. From 55 to number 10. What do you think? All I teach her is to be soft. To be soft. The first time I seriously try to see what's her issues, and then ask her to take me to her golf course. Even though I don't know much about a golf course, I have no idea, what a golf course, the function of a golf course, but I want to see. What I want to see is for the people who play over there, the feng shui, everything, the wind, the people. I stick around. I know exactly what happened. Why? Because I see the water in the golf course. I see the people, the girls in the golf course. I see the guys in the golf course. I see the girl, one of the girls threw her, the golf, what do you call that thing? Golf pads? Golf stick? I don't even know how to call the golf thing. Golf stick.
Golf club.
A golf club, that's right, they call golf club. I call golf stick.
That's a good word too.
That's how much I know golf. So the guy, the girl threw the golf club. She was so mad. And then I began to see, and what she was talking about. People played hardball. You played hardball, I played hardball. Everybody married with each other, everybody getting into each other's skin. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. You understand? Most resilient person is going to win that golf. That came to my mind. So that's how we worked. During her game, for example, she would call me. She said, Shifu, I didn't do well today. It's terrible. I said, don't test it terrible. If you say terrible, you already set. You set a stone. Let it flow. Let it flow like water. Like water. Water never complain. Have you ever heard of any waters that complain? Water never complain. Just flow. If you block here, I flow there. If you block here, I flow there. Right? That's how water goes. So I told her, let's sit down, be like water. Let's meditate. So we sit down a little bit, we breathe. Past is over. Let's move tomorrow. Flow into tomorrow. Okay? Not expect what we do, not to expect what we do. No expectations, no standard, no parameters, just flow. Flow with the wind, feel the sky, feel the field, imagine, and beyond. That's all. Next day, she called me. Oh, I did fantastic today. I never had this before. Why? Because I'm always mad, and next day I'll get worse. But this is only time I got better. Thank you. So that's when you flow, everything like a water. Intelligence coming. Your body intelligence, your spontaneity, your intelligence flow out of your body. Do you understand? Flow out of your mind, flow out yourself, flow out of your genes, flow out of your gene expressions, flow out of your heart, your mind, everything. It's the totality of yourself and begin to flow like water. That's how it performs. That's how we do in best performance. Like me, to talk to you guys, if I put a piece of paper over here, I cannot do it. I just talk whatever I want to talk, and then I will. I'm okay. If I put a piece of paper over there, I just cannot do it. That's me. So I have to learn the way of flow. This is learn, it's unlearn. It's not the learning. It's rigid learning. Rather, learn of yourself, learn the environment, learn the situation, learn the whole totality of body, mind, and the spirit. And that's a flow. That's flow. So water has other properties. How many of you guys have water in your body? Tell me. How many of you guys have water in your body? Okay, everybody, almost everybody. Okay, that's good. So for me, I have probably 70% above water. So, and my brain probably has more, because people say your brain has has too much water in your brain. Yes, my brain basically made of water. It's like 80% above. So I like it. My brain has a lot of water. Okay, so water in our body really can detect the surroundings. Everybody understand the membrane, right? The cell membrane. Membrane. Understand what I was talking about? The cell membrane. Okay, the cell membrane actually is sort of like a brain of the body. Everybody thought it was the inside, the nucleus of the cell is like a brain. No, it's not. The real membrane is the one takes in the information, react with the information, sensitivity with the information, and connect with the universe, connect with the outside world, connect with the outside of that cell, and give information to the inside. The information perception came from where? Came from membrane. The membrane of the cell is everything. It's connection with all the perceptions. So communicate with other membranes, with other cells. So when the bunch of cells together, they act together. They have to communicate and become synchronized. They become synergized. They flow together. Flow together. If you give some outside cancerous information, they all become cancerous. If you give the outside, give the membrane all the healthy information, what happened to them? What happened to these cells? They become healthy. So the environment is very important. Very important. So if you have a lot of culture dishes, you divide them into different divisions, and you will see the culture makes the difference. The culture of the dish makes the difference. And to whatever cell you put over there, if you put the same stem cell in different culture dish, they become different cells. That's reality. That's reality. So the information is important. The universe, everybody say, what is the universe made of? You tell me, what is the universe made of? Most people will say the universe is made of energy and matter, right? Made of energy. And everybody understand from Albert Einstein's simple formula. What is it? E equals mc squared. Is that right? So energy, matter, matter, energy. Most popular. But as we see more and more, the most fundamental thing, without the matter, the energy goes nowhere. Totally chaotic. Total entropy. What is entropy? It's disorder. The measure of disorder, that's entropy. Like you have a black hole. You have the entropy at the horizon. When you enter into the black hole, there's no entropy anymore. There's nothing. Nothing exists. But outside of the entropy, outside of that black hole, it's totally disorder. So, and Same thing as a human being. Same thing as a human being. We are disorderly a lot of times. When the disorder comes, we become what? We become diseased. We become diseased. Disequilibrium, disharmony, incoherence happen to everybody. However, when we have information, the right information, what happens? Everything becomes orderly. That's why the future is entropy. Why? Because you don't know. You're anxious. You're anxious. Understand? Past is over. The future is not here. But people always are anxious about the future. What will happen to me tomorrow? Because of yesterday. Okay, you based on yesterday, anxious about tomorrow. It's entropy. That's all. It's disorder. However, if we understand with the right direction of the consciousness, okay, this is what we do. Okay, we meditate, we calm, we are calming, we are in silence, we are in kind of harmony, we are in totally meditative state, and we see the world differently. Everything becomes what? In flow. Because no expectations, no anxious, no past, no future, but it's here now with the flow. Understand? With the flow, like water with the flow. So when you are in that flow state, everything comes into intuition. Everything comes into fruition. Everything comes into the spontaneity of the universe, and you are connected. And it's beautiful. But sometimes in the West, as well as in China now, you know, people always rationalize things. Okay, based on the past, think, okay, this could be done, this couldn't be done, this could be done, this couldn't be done. Everything's squared out. And people just, you know, they never create anything. Why? Because they're based on past. How can you create anything if you're based on the past with that rationalization of the past, that are thoughts, that thinking? But sometimes you peel off this thinking. Sometimes you peel off these thoughts, chaotic thoughts. Sometimes you peel off this past. Sometimes you peel off of these emotions, of these memories. Empty mind, you see nothing. But when you see nothing, when you empty your mind in the great void, you are in what? You are in flow state. Everything downloading. You are downloading from totally different dimensional world, not from the three-dimensional, the two-dimensional pictures of the past, but from another realm. I call it black hole of the humanity. The black hole of our cells. Every cell has a black hole. So when you turn into that meditation and you really turn into the black hole, you become a transcend, totally different universe, totally different realm of dimensions. And when you are in that totally different dimension, high consciousness, and you drive into the deepest state of the mind, deepest state of the body, deepest state of your conscious being. When that happens, you are in resonance with the cosmic mind. So I'm jumping here, there, I just flow, okay? If you want me to flow somewhere else, I'm gonna flow with you, okay? Now, so from that, I'm gonna flow to cosmic consciousness. Why I want to talk about cosmic consciousness? Because water, we say water make our life. Okay, do you think the earth made water? Where are we earthly person? We believe we're earthly person. We call Earth Mother, right? Yes, mother give you, the earth raise you, earth give you a lot of resource. Are you really from the earth? I'm not. That's why I'm not from the United States. I'm not from China. I'm not from this earth. Where am I from? I'm from the cosmos. I came from the Big Bang, and before the Big Bang, the life, endless life. There's no beginning, there's no ending. That's to me. Why I say that? Because there's no evidence, really clear evidence, Darwin was correct. Why? Because if he's correct, there's no human beings on the planet. Why? Because this earth has been hit by different moon-like, sun-like, different planets, hit so many times, so many debris. There's no way you can survive. You understand? There's no way to survive because Earth, for the past 300 million years, for example, had so many chaos. There's no position, there's no condition for any life to survive. Because that doesn't give you any sense. We see from the oldest minerals 10 billion years ago. We see that minerals has a lot of life signature in that minerals. I personally touched and drank 6 billion years old minerite. Personally, 6 billion years minerite myself. I drank. So how did I do that? I was in China. It's a biggest minerite collector in the world. He came to visit us, and he donated 2 tiny minerite. One of them is 6 billion years. So what I did, they soak that minerite into the wine. They make wine totally different from ordinary wine because I don't drink. So that day, my friend, Mr. Feng, asked me to drink wine. I said, I don't drink wine. I don't drink alcohol in my life. Never, ever, ever, ever. So this is not alcohol. This is minerite alcohol. This is actually 6 billion years. They took probably about 1 year. They say it doesn't affect you, even though it's a 60 degree, remember, okay, 60 degree alcohol, 60 degree alcohol in China, they drank 60 degree alcohol. Terrible. Even though it's 60 degree, but doesn't have any effect. Because we're good friends, I trusted him. I said, okay, let me sip a little bit. So I sip a little bit. It's a little bit kind of soft. I drank before when I was a kid because I drank somebody's alcohol. I feel immediately I was in trouble. So from that on, I never drink anything, like alcohol. So I drink it's different, the different taste. So you need to finish it. So I finished. Hey, give me another one. I drank like more than 10. And my face was red, it's true, but I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any drunk, anything. I would just feel happy. There was not a single effect. And usually when if I drink anything, it has a little bit of wine, a little bit of alcohol, my skin would be popped up. No problem at all. Yeah. So that's why I say I have drinking something that is with this minerite and give you such an energy you couldn't believe. I just drink that many. Of course, the cup is not like a big cup. It's a tiny cup. Okay, tiny cup. So I drink more than 10. So that day gave me, just that day gave me tremendous energy. Next few days also give me tremendous energy. It's unbelievable. So minerite, 6 billion years minerite, soaked into wine. It's beautiful. I don't think everybody has that a chance to drink that kind of wine. Okay, forget about that wine. Okay, see, cosmic energy really from the minerite give us chance to see the energy from the minerite can really enhance our life. Can enhance our life tremendously, give you tremendous energy. That's why my personal taste. So according to scientific research, some of the people believed human's life definitely formed at least 10 billion years. 10 billion years. Some people believed it's 20 billion years. But to me, my life formed trillions of years ago and beyond, infinite. That's why I'm with the cosmic. Cosmic alive, I'm alive. Cosmic dead, I'm dead. So cosmic never has beginning, never has an ending. So my life, just like everybody else, there's no ending, there's no beginning. When I say my life is everybody's life. Because I'm a human being, I'm cosmic. You understand what I mean? Because we are all connected. Every one of you guys. Christina is me. Denton is me. Langan is me. Ronnie is me. And even the Catherine Great is me. We are me because we are all connected, innerly connected. Understand what I'm talking about? So we are human being. We came from the same source. And we all have water. We all have genes. We all have minerals. We all have everything there's a need in everybody and in everybody else. So water is very important. We have, according to science, we have 20 billion years ago, there's plenty of water. In the universe. And then there was no water. And then there was water again. So water is not something typical that is unique on the Earth planet. There's no such thing. And we are, because we have that beliefs, the belief is that earthly, we have a God. Other places we don't have. Earthly, we have this, we have that. Everything's around the earth in old days. If you go to Catholic Church, they will tell you, right? Everything goes around the earth until Galilee, until a lot of people came out, tell them, and then they're going to hang you. They're going to burn you. That's reality. Those days, because of ignorance. And the more we see, the more we find out, Earth is not the center of the universe. Our galaxy is not the center of the universe. It's a tiny, tiny thing. We have trillions of galaxies. So water is not a unique, only thing on this planet. I remember years ago, NASA tried to explore. If you find water, you find life. That's what they say. So water in us is definitely supporting us, give us information. Cosmic information comes from where? From water. Relationship between you, me, Madison, the great, Denton, Ronnie, and even our Jim just got here, Sydney, everybody, that information transmitted through what? Through membrane. The membrane is made of what? Most membrane made of what? Water. Absolutely, water. The pores. So what I see is that when we give water a word, okay, let's say love. Everybody understand love, right? The love is not just the desire. The love is not a sexual love. It's not a desire love. It's not a greed love. It's not a possession love. It's not a domination love. It's not the love you guys think about. A lot of things people think about because that love is so misused. What else is over here? The love is a connection, the inner connection between all of us. That love is a universal love. That love connects us all together. When we put the love on the water, just a glass of water, you know what happened? The water becomes totally harmonious, symmetrical, with a beautiful geometry. You know, the Japanese guy, what is his name? Emoto, right? Dr. Emoto, and took pictures, took a lot of pictures, frozen pictures, demonstrated the symmetrical beauty of the water when you put the love. However, you put a kill, what happened? Oh, it's totally chaotic. When you put just a pollution put on the water, you will see the water totally chaotic. When you put a compassion, the beauty of the water molecules becomes expressed. Totally beautiful, symmetrical, and with a beautiful geometry. You can see water is sensitive. Water has that consciousness. Water is alive. The universe is alive, and we are water. Not just Jim has water. Everybody has water, right, Jim?
Yes, everyone has water. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So we need to speak nicely to everybody.
Yes, speak
Yes.
nicely. That's very important. Why we have all this war? Because we're too hard. Everybody's hard. You know, think I expand, you expand, I expand. You become bigger, I become bigger. You fight, I'm fighting. You fight me, I fight you. You hate me, I hate you. You do something, I'm doing something. You know what happened? Self-destruction. You think about it. If every of your cells in your body, every one of your cells in your body think the same way, portray themselves the same way. Each one of the cells say, I'm the biggest. I'm the egocentric cell. I'm bigot. I'm the really, really hard young. You cannot destroy me. I'm going to destroy everybody. Every cell thinks that way. What happened to your body? Tell me what happened to your body.
You'd be sick really fast.
You're going to be dying very fast. Oh yeah. That body is going to be self-destruction. Total self-destruction because everybody fight each other within your body. Think about it, that 50 trillion cells fight each other. You know what happened? You know what happened. So harmony is the key. Harmony without water, there's no harmony. It cannot be harmony. So soft can be really, really supreme according to Tao. But to me, I feel that way. When you're in flow like water, you are really, really on top of things. You know, look like you're in the bottom, but you're on top. The most humble person, you don't have to be, I want to do something, I want to achieve something, I want to do something. You don't have to. You don't have to be the biggest guy. You don't have to be the prettiest girl. You don't have to be, the most, strongest, most, wealthiest or whatever. Just be yourself, humble as a being, just as a being. and you feel you don't have to do anything over that out of yourself. You don't have to express yourself in a different way to against you as a human being, as against yourself as a human being. Because all these things are for divisions. Biggest, what is the biggest? Because it's comparison. You compare me, I compare you. Is that a real you? No, it's not. You become the wealthy, I'm become wealthier. You become more successful, I become more successful. You compete in me, I compete in you. You compare me, I compare you. Is that comparison make the things totally conflict. So flow is without conflict. Water never request anything, never dominate anything, never put the ego in front. Water say, I'm water, you benefit from me, you need to give me some back. Did water say that? I have never seen water say that. See, Cindy smiled with her teeth coming out. That's beautiful, Cindy. All right, so be water, my friend. I want to see if anybody over here want to talk about your ideas of water. Take Catherine the Great.
Yeah, Shifu, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I have a question. I don't know, maybe a little philosophical or a thought on water. I love water. I'm a scuba diver. I like to go,
Yes.
under the water and float. And sometimes my experience of the water is draws respect. So I think it's for me, the softness of water and flowing, but sometimes the water is strong and there's a force. And my experience of being, with the water is that of respect. I think it's a question that I have about the both sides of things, okay, the yin and the yang, but the softness of water and the force of water, to fight, when not to fight, the warrior and the monk, all of this for me is both sides of the thing. And so just wondering your thoughts on when water is forceful and it rushes in and it's a tsunami. And to translate for me, I'm dealing with some things in my life where I feel that I don't always want to be soft and not to fight, but sometimes to I don't have the word, but it's the other side of soft. It's not hard. When to protect, when to be more than just flow. Can flow be more than just softness, I guess is what I'm trying to ask, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So soft, as I explained earlier, and Tai Chi soft. And a lot of people do not understand the Tai Chi. And we had a famous film, and somebody did a clip, the MMA fought with the guys do Tai Chi, but the guy doesn't know Tai Chi. Tai Chi really soft is how to absorb, because he tried to fight and he cannot do it. But Tai Chi is about soft. When I say soft, it's overwhelming soft, and you can use the least energy to overcome the hardest thing on the planet. What I see is that I explained to you earlier, this gentleman from Florida, and I put him on my shoulder, and he's big, he's huge, but I use the softest idea, softest motion to put him on my shoulder, and I use his energy. That's softness, but doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. Do you understand? It's called Wu Wei Er Wei. What is Wu Wei? Wu Wei is a flow. I'm flow with him. Okay, when he move in, I flow with him. So it's like a water, but I'm lift him up. Water can lift you up. Doesn't matter. Water can be soft. Water can lift everybody up. So water can be overwhelming force. And how you use water, the concept of water, or the flow of water to work things out. For example, if I want to fulfill this part of my life, for example, I mentioned it before, when I owe $1 million, $1 million, 1990s, and then everybody said, there's no way you can return that $1 million with this lifetime or 2 lifetimes with rationality of standard American finance. But instead of against his idea, I said, well, I might find other way. You understand? If I flow with the nature, if I flow with what I see, meditate, the inner consciousness of life, if I can see the inside of the life, the real molecules of the water, the information, perceive that information, conceive that information, and receive that information, to take action without action, to flow without force, to flow without harness, flow without struggle, flow without strive. A good athlete, when they have the best performance, are they try hard? No, they don't. When they're doing the best performance, they must be in flow. They must be in flow. That's reality. When I do Kung Fu, for example, when I feel it, I flow into it, everything is carried itself. Carries itself. I did it with my beloved Ito, and a couple months ago. And Ito is only 22 years old. I think it's 22. And he said, "How come you're so fast?" He's 22. I'm 30. I'm over 30 now. So, and because I feel, he's so slow. He's only 20-something years old. He's so slow. He was in special army in the military. I say, why so slow? So it's all about perspective. It's all about flow. I'm not fighting with him. He's trying to fight hard, kicking me. I just try to block him, and then hit him. He cannot get hold of me. So what I see is that why does happen? Every time he could kick, I blocked him. Every time I kick, I move to the side and hit him. And he said, "You were so fast." No, it's not I'm fast, because he's too slow. You understand? Because I see his movement in slow motion, but he see me in fast motion. You understand? Because when I'm in flow, I see everything is in slow motion. That's called a total dimensional consciousness field. You understand? I don't have to fight with anybody. No, I don't. When I'm in that state, I'm in flow. If he comes in, I'm flow with him. I told everybody, about my my experience with the Cross Young's River. That river can swallow me. There's no doubt about it. The tour can, put me down all the way to the bottom of the river. Absolutely. But I flow with it because I learn from him or from her, the water. I learn from her. I just let it go. When I let it go, the water sees me as part of her. Say, well, that's me. So leave me alone and let me go. So that's why I survive today, you know. So what I see is be that person, to understand that person, get into that person, flow with that person, and you see differently. You see differently because when you regard good or bad, oh yeah, you're gonna have a lot of problem because you're against each other. You understand? When you get into that person's water molecules, beyond the molecules, into the heart and mind of that molecules, and you see things differently. Flow with it, and then you will take a totally different route. Then, totally different route from the route you want to fight. Sometimes I need to use force, right? No, you don't. Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I see. Just like Patrick Berry, and I told people before, when he fought the first UFC, he fought with one of the best in the world in kickboxing, and faster than he ever dreamed of. He says, no way I can fight him because he beat me so many times in Europe. But so what I told him, you don't have to fight him, flow with him. So when you get into that state, when you really get into that mind, a lot of things, how do you do that? The only thing you can do is connection. It's resonant. It's in relationship with that person. And then your mind is the key. Meditation, Zen mind, the infinity of the mind. When you meditate, you see differently. When you meditate, you comprehend it differently. When you meditate, you connect differently. When you meditate, you have totally different relationship with everything else. All that harness collapsed, and you are in flow, the state. When you're really into meditation, not just like everything, I meditate, put over there. That's not meditate. When you really meditate, you have to put 100% attention. You have to drive into the deepest state of your mind, of your soul, of your consciousness. You meditate. Your mind like a monkey everywhere. You're not meditating. You're just sitting there. That's all. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Barbara, want to say something? Okay,
Hey,
okay, Jim, go ahead, Jim.
Oh, Jim.
Okay, either way, thank you. All I wanted to do is make a comment about all of our cells, the consciousness in our body cells. So I had an experience where Spirit showed me what it was like to be a blood cell. Like I literally found myself one day evening as a blood cell going through a body, my body, perhaps something else. And I knew I was a blood cell. And the other thing I knew was I was conscious, not only that I was a blood cell, but I had a purpose. Like it was limited. My consciousness was limited. Absolutely. I could feel it. I am here to get that, oxygen and do whatever I'm doing. That's it though. But as a blood cell, I was conscious. I mean, it was pretty amazing. So I just wanted to share that. I agree with you. Okay, what's he spoken?
Okay, who else? Okay, Barbara, go ahead.
Well, thank you so much for all of your positive perceptions and positive ways of dealing with a country that is deeply divided, especially culturally. The 5 years I spent at the campus of University of South Alabama, every week, starting with the first week I was there, I had to deal with misogyny and the notion that women are less. And this has affected me deeply. And while I am very sympathetic to the notion of trying to flow with the misogynists, I can't do it. I have to, give my money, give my attention, give my support to organizations such as, National Organization for Women. And I cannot compromise on the idea of whether or not I get to be a first-class citizen under the Constitution. I can't, there's no compromise for me because the Republican Party has been telling me for the last 42 years that I'm not. Okay? And they're not going to take responsibility for the consequences. Okay? So while I love your message that in terms of dealing with individuals who are misogynists, softly flow with them. In terms of the larger political and economic questions, no, I'm sorry. There's a line, and the line has become harder and harder over the last several decades between the misogynists and us. Thank you.
Okay, let me get into this. Okay, I'm not going to get into the political things. Okay, this is my experience. Okay, let me tell you my experience. Okay, I was born in China. My father was a communist enemy. That's reality. I was born in a communist system. I was born with a crime I never committed. What do you think of that?
Unbelievable.
Anything can get worse? No, it's not worse. What I see is I appreciate it. I'm really thankful to the Communist Party. I'm really thankful to the country. I'm really thankful for all the people who abused me. You can say that, but I can see, but you can say they all give me a love in the different ways because they tried me. They hit me, give me cuts, and beat me to death, but I live because they want to see. This is what I see. I beat up. I become stronger. I cut it. I heal well. So it's the way I see. I'm more like water. I'm resilient. I flow with it. I become stronger and stronger and softer and softer. Think about it. Today I go to China. You know, when I left China, I was probably the most scared kid. One of the most scared kids, at least in China. Sort of flat. But when I went back, everybody embraced me, even though I'm the same person. It is us. It's within us. Each one of us expand ourselves. So can you change a party? Can you change other people? No, you can't. So each of one of I change myself, the world will change. That's all I see. That's what I see. That's absolutely what I see. Because when you become antagonist, everything where you see is antagonist. Oh yeah, absolutely. When I'm in China, everybody embrace me. That's reality. Because I stop fear. I stop all that. If I go to China, everybody, I meet people. All the people who I meet, all embrace me. Oh, here, same thing. Why? Because you only resonate with the people you are really, really attracted to, because your energy frequency attracts people who are with you. If you want to be a fighter, want to be antagonist, you're going to always find antagonist everywhere. That's what I say. So without a principle, that's the principle of softness. And then I see everywhere there's a softness. I see everywhere here. Oh yeah, there are a lot of people, bigotry. A lot of people are very hard. We have a person, two guys want to beat me up, really beat me up. And both of them told me, I'm a yellow, some SH. Need to go to the country I came from. That's okay. I'll back off. See, thank you. That's all I say. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank
And
you
one
thank
guy
you for
put one guy put a middle finger on me. I say hello. I say, how are you doing? And he put his hands immediately back. I pretend I didn't recognize at all. So what? So what? That's me. But I seldom meet these kind of people. You're gonna. So most people I meet, even I was at a school, I meet some of the best people at the University of Mobile and University of Alabama. This is Dr. Hughes, who is the director of the medical school. And he become, sort of my adopted father, And Dr. Hughes, he was the one took me to, he never took any graduate student. He's the dean of the medical college. He never took anybody to presentation. He took me to FASAP, Federation of American Society for Experimental Biology, to that meeting to give my presentation. Because you're the only graduate student I ever took. Any postdoctors, I never took them. I don't even give a dime. Why? Because I feel I resonate with him. That's all. So it is us, we have to see from different aspect of our life. And that's what I see. You really dive in as that person, because I am that bigotry. You tell me all these people, I am those people. Actually, I am those people. I am those people.
What I saw with my own eyes was at a faculty senate meeting, the white male faculty stand up and say, this limits our freedom. And that what they were talking about was a proposed policy that would allow anybody to do anything with anybody unless they were in a relationship of authority. Okay, and sorry, I can't go.
Well,
along.
that's
And the campus say that they had to wait another 30 years.
Hey, I met people who want to kill me. I thank them. Literally want to kill me, slash me. I thank them. That's all I can say.
Yeah, thank you.
I thank these people who want to slice me. I came out of the dead bodies. I thank them for putting me over there. That's all I can say. I'm very grateful to every one of them.
That's right. We have to be soft, but we have to be strong and to stand up for what is right.
I don't want to be strong. I just want to be resilient and be soft. That's it. So, and I met plenty of these people over here. Yeah. I met a person at the University of South Alabama want to kill me, and he called me a weird. He called me a gay. So, and it's okay, no problem.
And I want you to know how grateful I am to you.
I'm grateful, yeah, to these people.
They're showing me basic techniques of self-defense. Golden Rooster stands on one leg.
Of course, it's all about our mind. So how we see things, it's very important. How we see, how we perceive. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Salam. You want to say something? Okay, go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to say my understanding, well, I've been growing in more understanding of the flow.
Yeah.
My wife here, Christina, is more sensitive to the flow than I am, and she's been helping me increase my sensitivity to the flow.
Yes. Yes.
And coming to Kung Fu, I've noticed that, for example, when I was doing the form, I was practicing here at home,
Yeah. Yes.
and she saw me, and that is what she pointed out. She was saying that I wasn't going with the flow, and it took me a moment to understand, because I thought I was doing everything correctly, but
So you have
I was
that yin and yang. That's beautiful.
I was missing something. And when you were talking about water, and when Catherine the Great was talking about being, diving and being inside water, it made me understand a little more what they were saying, because if you're in water, every move that you make moves the water, you know?
Yes.
So there's, I don't know how to explain it, but it puts you in a state almost as if, um, it makes me understand that even when you're outside of the water, and you're doing the form, you're still kind of in there.
Yeah.
Every move that you make
Mhm.
has, it moves air, it moves something, and it's part of the flow. And it made me think of when I was really young, my first introduction to Kung Fu and the whole world, was from the Shaw Brothers Kung Fu film. And I would
Oh,
always,
yeah, brother. Go, go.
and I would always see, in the beginning of the movie, there's always a young character that's, brash and wants to do something, and then they usually meet a master. And when they try to attack the master or do something, the master just kind of so effortlessly moves out of the way, and just, with just one touch is able to just make them fall. And I didn't get it back then, but I'm starting to understand it is what you're talking about the flow and the sensitivity to everything around you, you know. Um, I guess that it goes back to the oneness, to understanding that you are part of the cosmos. So
Yes, yes, yes.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
I
thank you,
am
thank you.
understanding
Yeah,
better.
this is what I see. Okay, life, if you soft everything, what I say soft, it doesn't mean okay you don't do anything. Okay, it doesn't mean totally passive. And it means you flow with the things. Yeah, for example, that person tag you, instead of you tag back, but you move around and put that person on the ground. It's no problem at all. And then let me say, this guy who who told me I was yellow SH and in Duluth. And no problem, I say, well, okay, so what? Whatever you say, and I'm not. So it doesn't mean anything. That's your label, It's not my label. That's all it is. That's all it is. He told me he's gonna smash my face. He came to my car. Just really literally come to my car. Eventually, and I told him, okay, let's play. You want to do something? Let's play. I like to play. Go to the grass. Let's play. And then he, I didn't say I'm gonna beat him. No, I didn't. I said, let's play. I love to play. So I parked my car. I went to the grass. I asked him to come over. He's 6 foot. He's so much taller than I am. His friends even taller. And then they refused to come over and to play with me. I said, well, you want to smash me? Come on, well, let's go. Let's do some fun, do some game. I like games. So, and then it's about how do you play. You play soft the game, it's a game. And then later on, I begin to play with him. So he goes somewhere, I followed him, and he becomes scared. See, I didn't do anything. I just flow with him. He goes somewhere, I go somewhere. He goes somewhere, I go somewhere. He went over the other shopping center, I went to shopping center. He went, he got out of the shopping center, I got out of the shopping center. I just follow him. He was so scared. So what I see is flow means, okay, or you passive. It's nothing with passive. It's called what I call 无为而为, 无为而无不为. 无为而为 means you do without force. You flow without forced action, without hardship, without antagonism. You know, that's all it is. And people, a lot of people fight for me, and but they feel sorry. And later on, they feel sorry. But you know, it's they really getting me, and also I have to do something, you know, to let them give them a soft hand, you know, put them give them a lesson. So those lessons doesn't mean I'm attacking them. And what I want to see is I came from the loving heart. What I see is let them to appreciate, and you know, next time probably is to save their life. You know, just like this guy put the guy and you know, right on the head of my, and I give him a story. And that's all. I took his gun and I told him, don't do that anymore, okay? I don't say, okay, don't do that. I said, no. So I say, do you know that? I say, if you click, you're gonna kill yourself. Do you know that? And he immediately, because I said the truth to me, because I'm faster, you know, 1,000 times faster than him. Of course, not, you know, that's a little bit exaggeration, but at least I'm faster than him, much faster than him, you know. So it's for his good, it's for my good, for both of us. You know, it's because we're connected. That's all. And so there are a lot of things you have to see, stand on his point of view, stand on him, stand on his angle, instead of I am, you know, this, I'm that, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. Yeah, and that's what I see. So I have, you know, students used to be against me, and because I was hard to them. But I was, at that time, I thought I was doing some good for them. And then they would do a lot of things against me. And then now begin to soften it down. I want to do something different. And then they come back. They appreciate. You know, it's just a lot of things we learn. We all learn, you know. We are learning, you know, this is a learning world. I'm a student, and I told everybody, I'm down to 0, you know, and I want to be a student. So medicine knows that. Everybody comes to the school. I told everybody I'm a student. I'm just a little bit a longer student. That's all, than most people, because I opened the school. You know, I can lie that, and then I still learn from everybody. You know, that's all. So soft sometimes can be good. Okay, and for example, you know, we do breathing. You know, breathing is softening everything down in our body, in our heart, in our mind, in our lungs. When we do breathing, we elongate and order the length of breath. And then we penetrate the breath into the skin. And then we give ATP to ADP, penetrate into all the cells, into all the systems, and energize everybody. And then all the cells become to communicate. And then all the water in the body become communicate. And then they're sensitive to all the membrane of each cell begin to communicate. And then we know that what do we have cancer? What do we have hard lungs? What do we have fibrous lungs? What do we have problems here, there? And the body knows itself. Body begin to heal. That's all I do. That's all I do in my life. And your body knows yourself because it's a community. No cell act alone. Remember that. No cell act alone. Every cell begin to become a community. They help each other. They act with each other. Because when I give information, this membrane give this information. They get the information from outside. They begin to transmit and to communicate with each other from the sensory membrane. Receive, perceive, and give to other. And then so the whole community act together. That's what it's about. That's how I help cancer patients. Just like what I said, I told you last time, this doctor from FDA, She was a director for FDA. You know, she dealt with drugs all her life. Now she got a cancer. You know, she got a lung cancer. You know, my advice, not drugs, obviously. My advice, not surgery. My advice, definitely not chemotherapy. My advice is get back to yourself. Get back to your own cell. Get back to your own life intelligence. Get back to your own healing property. Everybody work together in unison. Everybody work together in harmony. And then any diseased state of cells will be eliminated. That's how it works. Why? That's called expression of genetics. Because you have genes. But the genes action depends on the membrane, depends on outside information. Whatever information you give, that's how the DNA give that expression. If you can always get hard things, give this disease state of mind, agony, and conflicts, war, and then your gene will behave that way, will give that expression. When you give love, when you get information love, when you get information of consciousness of resilience, when you get the information of flow, and then your genes will totally behave differently. We'll have that flow state of the mind, flow state of body. Actually, mind-body over here is the totality of oneness. When the oneness becomes possible, everything is eliminated. That's called a community. That's why you have certain locations, you have this, certain locations that have this, but the universe become more and more coherent now. Yes, you have this war, that war, and you do have all these people exist, absolutely. But it is each one of us, each one of I wake up to see different world, build a different world, build a different consciousness, build a different coherent energy frequency. And that frequency internally will penetrate, give a ripple effect to all humanity. Thank you. All right, we're going to talk in the future more. I can talk days. You have a beautiful day. Okay, Madison, take over.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming, everybody. And if you have any questions about the tournament that's coming up, then you can just call or text the school's phone and I'll try to answer everybody's questions. And again, our podcast is coming out really soon. We've already recorded the first few episodes. It'll be coming out in early April.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grandmaster.
Have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful night.
Tough all.